Have you ever come face to face with a porcupine? If that's ever happened to you, you've probably felt both fascination and apprehension, mainly because of the silent threat of those sharp quills. After all, instinctively, no one wants to get hurt by approaching something they don't know well. But maybe you've never even imagined that in some places around the world, these little animals are raised on a large scale, creating an industry that's quietly growing. And the reason for that might surprise you. Way beyond their scary quills, porcupines have curious and valuable roles in different cultures. Now, imagine an animal with about 30,000 quills covering its body. No, that's not an exaggeration, it's an actual number, a real walking fortress. And contrary to what many people think, porcupines don't shoot their quills like arrows. That's just a popular myth. The truth is more intriguing. The quills are designed to come off easily when a predator touches the animal, causing intense, penetrating pain, similar to several fine needles sticking into the skin. The most surprising part is that even after it's dead, a porcupine keeps its defense intact. Anyone who tries to consume it without the proper care can end up seriously injured, since the quills remain firmly attached to the skin, ready to hurt whoever dares to challenge its barrier. This porcupine story makes us realize how some of the most intriguing things in nature can also be dangerous. And now that you know these fascinating details, you're beginning to understand why, for some, this animal is seen with far more interest than fear. But an intriguing question remains. What other seemingly threatening creatures might hide stories just as interesting as this one? Have you ever imagined that such a small animal could cause so many problems for experienced hunters and even fierce predators like the wolverine? We're talking about the porcupine, a creature capable of teaching hard lessons about respecting nature. But could this dangerous animal also represent a sustainable solution for the future? In recent years, the breeding of porcupines has grown significantly in various parts of the world. This growth isn't random. It meets both the need to preserve the species and commercial goals you might not even imagine. But what led to the increase in this activity? Porcupines have faced a tough scenario in their natural habitat. In many regions, wild populations have dropped drastically, raising concerns about their long-term survival. Controlled breeding emerged as a smart and effective alternative to ensure that the demand for these animals doesn't further threaten their existence in the wild. What's really interesting is that raising porcupines doesn't require huge areas or massive investments. Believe it or not, in some cases, a space of just 1 square meter can be enough, as long as it's set up properly. The essentials are in the details. The right balance between light and shade, protection against the sun's excessive heat, and shelters from rain and strong winds. But the attention to the animal's comfort doesn't stop there. To keep porcupines healthy and active, many breeders provide mineral blocks and logs, simple elements that help them wear down their teeth and maintain a stimulating routine. It may seem minor, but these little details make all the difference in breeding. In the end, the porcupine, which many consider just a dangerous animal, turns out to be a fascinating example of how conservation and economic activity can balance well in practice. Now there's one question left. How many other curious stories might nature be hiding right under our noses? Did you know that the porcupine's diet goes way beyond the plants and fruit peels we see every day? This animal has surprising eating habits that reveal a lot about how it survives and grows in such varied environments. Imagine an animal that feeds on larvae, insects, and even wax. Sounds strange, right? But these are exactly the items that provide the porcupine with the essential protein it needs to develop. Plus, leftover vegetables, normally discarded, can become important food for those who breed these animals, creating savings and practicality in their care. But don't think these animals are adapted to just any environment. In nature, they need specific conditions to protect themselves. Open areas pose a big risk, since porcupines prefer safe places for shelter. That's why they spend much of their time digging deep burrows, secure spots where they can hide not just from predators, but also from extreme winter temperatures. During the colder months, porcupines can remain in these burrows for an extended period, ensuring their survival even when conditions outside are unfavorable. This ability to adapt is exactly what makes this animal so fascinating. Have you ever stopped to think how an animal so protected by quills manages to reproduce? Imagine a species where males and females spend most of their time apart. But when the moment is right, They come together in a curious and efficient survival strategy. When a female porcupine enters her fertile period, she approaches the males for protection. Together they form a safe territory, ensuring that the offspring can be born and grow away from the dangers of the wild. At this time, the adults can become especially aggressive because they know that any carelessness could put the babies' lives at risk. Each female produces on average only 2 offspring per year. That might seem like a small number, right? But think about it. In a controlled environment with about 50 porcupines, these numbers can already become significant. Little by little, each small group ensures more babies grow up safely and healthily, maintaining a stable population. And you might not imagine it, but in various parts of the world, such as regions in Africa, Asia, and Europe, porcupine meat is highly valued. Considered a delicacy, this meat has a high protein content and a flavor that stands out. However, consuming it isn't so simple. Those who handle these animals directly need to use special clothing and reinforced gloves, as the quills can cause painful injuries. Have you ever wondered how someone could prepare a porcupine for consumption when it's so well protected by thousands of sharp quills? Believe it or not, there's a specific method for that, and it's not as complicated as it might seem at first glance. The secret lies in simple but essential techniques. One involves carefully exposing the slaughtered animal to heat or fire, which greatly helps loosen the quills stuck to the skin. This method makes quill removal much easier, reducing the risk significantly. Still, some people prefer to do the work manually. In that case, proper tools are used to remove each quill from the carcass, with care and patience, ensuring no dangerous leftovers remain. Only then is the porcupine ready to be prepared as food, and that's when the possibilities begin. Roasting, boiling, or even grilling, each method demands specific precautions to avoid injuries during handling. If you're thinking it all sounds like too much work, know that for many people around the world, the effort is worth it. After all, it's a prized food appreciated for its distinct, nutritious taste. Now that you know this entire curious process, an even more intriguing question arises. How many other surprising food preparation techniques exist around the world that you haven't even imagined yet? So, did you enjoy discovering these curious details about porcupines? If so, don't forget to leave your like to support our work. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Got any questions or suggestions? Leave your comment below. We want to know what you thought of this content. See you in the next video.